Right, having fun with watercolours. Fabriano £130 paper, 2-inch hake, student quality Cotsman 21mm tubes of watercolour paint squirted out on this tray. So it's lemon yellow, more grey, paint's grey than lemon yellow, but we'll work at it. Raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. So, thinking of Devon, and I've just had a visit from a very old friend who with her husband about 10 years ago set up a gallery in Exmouth, which is a beautiful part of Devon. It's called the Exmouth Gallery, or Exmoor Gallery. And John, the husband, he's got serious dementia now. He was doing all the frames, and Barbara Hearne that is, did some wonderful botanical paintings, line and wash, drawings, and specialised in fungi, and has won awards for it. And she's up having a break, and the gallery is open part-time now. We're all getting older. But if you're down that way, call in and it's open, say hello to Barbara. She's a lovely person. And she does hedgerows, all sorts. She lives very near the estuary, the Exmouth, or I suppose called Exmouth, funny enough. Right, I'll put a bit of burnt sienna, raw sienna. Not sure how I'm going to do this. I'm going to invent some cliffs, or some hills anyway, and do some rocky sort of stuff. Right, while the paper's wet, put in a bit of, let's have sort of a grey sort of sky. So, pull the hairs out of the hake, some alizarin and some Payne's grey. Not dark enough. Put that in there like that. I'm going to put a bit of a darker shadowy note underneath the cloud. Sort of cloud shadow. Okay, we'll see what happens to that. I've got the board at probably about 30 degrees, an ideal angle. When I first started doing this project, I'd have the paper upright and the board upright. Now you don't need to stretch your paper with this, just reclip it as it grows. And this is a really good cheap paper for this type of work. So I'll give that a bit of a dry with the dryer. Take your headphones off. I don't want to completely dry it, I just want the shine to go off so I can paint some sort of hills, distant hills. And let's just add a bit of grey to that as well. And a bit of blue in there, why not? And I'll paint some, like a sort of a rocky stream down there. Now let's just get this, some trees in the background, some burnt sienna. Trying to be a little bit abstract with this sort of painting. But you need thick paint. If you're painting into wet paint, you need something strong, thick, otherwise it won't register. Be darker than that, thicker. You need a cloth and you need to work fairly fast. I'm making this up as I go along, so don't have a fit. It all goes wrong because there's a bit of background here. And let's have a bit of yellow in there as well. And I can go over that when that's dry a little bit. And then we'll go with some nice rich paints, some burnt sienna, bit of ultramarine, bit of Payne's grey, bit of red. Get it all in there so we can I'm going to lift out the rocks from this. Sort of a tumbling stream. So you want lots of colour in the rocks so that when you scrape it will register. We're going to go back to white. Okay, let's see what happens with that. Bring my other easel over a bit. So I've got some extra, some working space. So let's get a card, bit of plastic, just ordinary credit card, something cut up. So sort of Rocky Valley. Some trees just flicked up in the distance here, and then I've done with this for a long time. Can put in some shadows. The danger is going a bit too small with the rocks in the foreground. I can model on top of that. Okay, now we'll just go back with some heavy work on the background here, so we're warm. So yellow, burnt sienna, Payne's grey, sort of an autumny, I like autumn. Going back over what I've already done, but that's okay, it's dry enough, it shouldn't go to mud. Alright, some grey. See, the brush is nice and dry and the paper's drying, so we can get some trees sticking up here. And probably just a little bit there. Okay, right, now we'll start to flick up a bit. Another lovely day in London. You can be creative with your card, fingernails, all works, just, but the danger as always is overdoing it. But it saves painting them and it's very effective. This is an autumn scene. Okay. Right. Before I do the water, I want to dry it. So earphones off. Or as I say, sound, unplug it if you're listening on the phone. Right, I'm going to just try to reflect some of that sky in the water. I don't think I made a very good job. I haven't done one of these for ages. So let's just. Right, let's get some nice warm colours on here. Just a bit of texture. Right, now I reckon some shrubbery just sticking up from some of that water there. It's very warm, so paint's drying very quick. So just little bits of foliage, and can't think of too much more to do with that. Bit of shadow reflection there. Right, okay, I'm going to let that go. I don't think there's much else I can do with that at the moment. I had no idea what I was going to do before I started. Probably not a good idea, so we can put some swooping birds. Links the sky to the landscape. Okay, I've got a bit of a signature. It's worth a signature. So I haven't looked up the Exmouth Gallery, or Exmouth Gallery, probably Exmouth Gallery. And Barbara's up here staying with her daughter overnight. Who lives very close to me. Right, I'll put a mount on it. Let's just put a bit of tape on that, just hold it. So I've had quite a busy day so far, and this week I haven't done very much painting. It's all been rather in and out. I have had time, but I really had other things I should have been doing, like a bit of gardening or that sort of thing. I don't know about you, but when the weather's like this, I like to be out in the garden doing all the cooking, on my barbecue. No sausages, curries and things. Right, okay, let's bring the camera around. So there we are, sort of a moorland scene, very delicate. I think that could have been a bit heavier along there, but it's distant. So, simple palette, probably how many colours did we use? I won't count the lemon yellow because I didn't use much of that. So, burnt sienna, Payne's grey, that's 2, bit of ultramarine, bit of red, yeah, 6 colours. So that's all you need. I hope you enjoyed that quick improvisation. Thanks for watching. Let's just give you a zoom. So you can see my background trees. It's the contrast in tones to the distant hills. And my tumbling stream just coming down across there. I don't think it's a very good composition, but hey, it's a painting. So there we are. I'm going to leave it on just for a few seconds so that if I do a speed version, a time-lapse version, people will have a chance to see the finished painting before it goes off. Right, see you soon. Bye bye.